Yeah.
Hello everyone, it's the first episode of Homework. I'm joined here by Ash Denton, who's a fellow explosive Alaner, and Simon Chong, who's an honorary explosive Alaner because he created Explosive Alan, the little orange bastard who's covered in flames and stuff.
Orange bastard.
Orange bastard. That's the best way I can
He's been
describe it.
reduced.
So the premise of Homework is quite simple, basically. You, the audience, set us tasks every week. We're going to do 3 tasks. The first one is that we've got to play a game. It could be any game. Second is we've got to watch a movie. It could be any movie. And the third thing is a third thing. It's anything. It's any kind of ridiculous challenge that you can come up with within reason. I don't think we're going to go hang gliding anytime soon unless the money starts rolling in. But, sorry. The theme of this episode, we thought it was a good idea to have themes. That was suggested by, let me get his name before he gets angry with me. His name was Kristian Frankis. He kind of made it clear to us that we should actually make these episodes themed instead of just completely random, and we decided to go with his of aliens, primarily because Prometheus came out and was a film. Right, so the game, Toejam and Earl.
Toejam and Earl.
This was suggested by William Hall. Now, as a kid, I was a Nintendo kid, even going so far as to draw pictures of Sonic ripping off Mario's head and other such grotesquerie. So it didn't really factor in I don't know. Toejam and Earl just didn't. Why? I was playing F-Zero and Zelda and Secret of Mana and whatever else was out there and probably infinitely better.
See, I was a Sega kid.
So was I, but it completely missed me, Toejam and Earl.
Oh
God, I made a dick sandwich. Yeah. Right. So finally, I've played Toejam and Earl now. It's available on Steam and via other means if you're so inclined. It's about 2 aliens who
probably made more sense when we were younger.
Who are from the planet Funkatron.
Of course.
Yeah.
Toejam and Earl, I see as, I don't know, the product of a very middle-class white male's perception of what cool and urban and street. You know in The Simpsons when they're making Poochie D.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just the lamest thing ever.
Yeah. And I don't know.
It has got the wallpaper.
The disembodied voice of Gareth speaks.
It has got the wallpaper from House Party, though.
What the intro screens thing.
Yeah. The transitions from that they're fantastic.
All right. You recap the plot of Toejam and Earl.
The plot of Toejam and Earl. Wow. Okay, so there's 2 aliens, Toejam and Earl, and they are flying through space, and they are in this awesome little spaceship with the speakers on the side and little windscreen things, and Earl decides to take over. So he's like, I want to have a go with the controls.
He's fat, so he's stupid, right?
Yeah, so apparently that's how it worked. So then he swapped over, everything went wrong, steered it into an asteroid and went crashing down to Earth, and now they're on Earth. They've got to find the parts of their ship so they can put it back together and then fly away. That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the story of Pikmin as well, isn't it?
It is the story of Pikmin as well.
It's the exact same story.
I read that the guys who created Toejam and Earl actually pitched it to Sega as Sega America wanted to have them as their flagship character, their mascot character. So Nintendo would have had Mario and Sega would have had Toejam and Earl. Now, in 1991 when this game was conceived, that was probably a good idea. Maybe. Might have been a good idea. Can you imagine now, however many years on? 21 years?
Yeah.
20,
wow.
Oh my God.
We're old.
21 years on, Toejam and Earl are still the flagship character. It's Mario and Toejam and Earl at the Olympic Games.
Oh, it wouldn't have worked, would it?
It's Toejam and Earl's spinball.
No.
So was Sonic chosen, or did Sonic just happen?
Sonic was designed out of Japan, and obviously Sega being a Japanese.
That's what they chose. Sonic.
Sega being a Japanese company. Okay, let's do Sonic.
But America tried. They were
America
like, hey,
tried. America like.
Here, these 2 guys.
Yeah, they pushed for Toejam and Earl. So.
Wow.
Now, the weird thing about the game is that it's it's a dungeon crawler basically.
Yeah.
You can randomly generate an Earth as depicted in the world of Toejam and Earl, a series of
which is floating in space.
Disconnected floating islands in space that are connected by lifts.
Bill and Ted lifts.
Bill and Ted lifts.
They are awesome.
Take you up to the next level. So it's not only a series of islands. It's a series of kind of hierarchically structured islands.
Just like Earth.
Yeah, just like Earth. Populated by hula girls, just like Earth.
Yep.
Demons.
Devils, demons.
Ladies
Enormous-
in jacuzzis.
Enormous hamsters in rollerballs.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else is in there?
Oh, there goes one right now.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. There's a boy magician.
Springy shoes.
There's a phantomized. It's just this really. I mean, I don't know. I probably do Terry Gilliam a disservice by even comparing it. It's kind of Gilliam-esque interpretation of Earth, which is just a series of things that just have no relation to or sense. Right. So we obviously also asked you to do your homework as well. I don't think many of you did this time because most of you didn't even understand what this show was about. Hopefully next time we'll do better. But we did have a few. So Sean Kellett said, I spent months of my childhood playing Toejam and Earl, even played it with my grandma.
Nice.
Brings back a load of childhood memories, all good.
That is cool.
It's kind of an upbeat game though, isn't it?
It is. It's nice that you're not killing things.
No, well you can.
Can you just? But they just pop. We
They
just,
just,
Literally say pop.
yeah.
they just vanish.
It's friendly, you know.
They just vanish into the ether after a few well-placed tomatoes, and then
true.
And then that's it. But it's I don't know. It's a really kind of weirdly laid-back game.
Yeah.
Like even your characters just kind of bop around, and it's got that funky kind of.
The soundtrack is awesome.
It is.
It's
You rate
great.
the bass line. Boom.
Yeah, it is pretty
Yeah.
I
I do love a bit of funk. Yes.
Okay, so one of my followers on Twitter, Simonchong, he was really excited about this game. He over a series of tweets said, "Massive multi-layered open world to explore. One of the first of its kind IIRC. Is that if I remember
If
correctly?
I recall,
IIRC?
maybe.
If I recall, no. Yeah, if I recall correctly, sounds right.
Yeah, why not?
Yerk.
Yeah, you do. Random mode had infinite replayability. It did.
Yes.
Also, it taught me the magic of high five showing health, how to identify rogue letterboxes, and to seek opera singers if being chased by hostile people.
Good plan.
This is some serious
Life
life
lessons.
Yeah.
He's even written a blog about it, I think. So we might even
Nice.
have the URL pop up. But
Go to this link here.
or here, I don't know. Simonchong.com. Anyway, Simonchong is PSYMONKEE.com, and he's written a very detailed account of his of that game. So, did anybody actually get to the end? Did everyone collect all the parts of the ship?
No.
No, but I can assume that once they got them, they escaped Earth safely.
It was happy.
Yeah.
Everyone
and they
smiled.
Continued the funk.
They continued the
Yeah.
well, they did continue the funk because there was Toejam and Earl 2, which was I think Panic on
Funkatron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of went a bit more traditional for that, went kind of side-scrolly. No, I don't think it was very good. And then I don't think a lot of people remember that Toejam and Earl 3 was actually on the Xbox.
I had no idea.
No. And I think they'd kind of tried to make it more like the first game. It was back on Earth, but in that period when they were having a lot of trouble transferring previously 2D experiences into 3D, and generally it was disastrous. The last thing I will recommend is watching the Machinima series that Ash put me onto.
Oh man. Sonic for Hire.
Sonic for Hire. I'd
It's
not
great.
heard of this, and it's Sonic getting jobs in other video games. We watched the Toejam and Earl episode, and all I'll say is bin bag and broken off his chair,
Yep.
and you'll never look at Toejam and Earl in the same light.
Go to the link here.
So watch this.
You're gonna have to watch.
Here's the link.
This-
Anyway.
Is that enough on Toejam and Earl though?
Yes. Let's talk
think
about
so.
that incredible film.
Well, before we do that, what's the verdict then? Were you glad you revisited it? Would you recommend that people go on Steam
Yes.
and kind of check it out?
Yes. I'm not going to say that I loved the gameplay, but the characters themselves were awesome.
Even now,
Even
would
now,
you look back on Toejam and Earl now and go, yeah,
if you were a kid in the
they were
90s,
two
you'll
radical
love it.
dudes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
I wouldn't have gone that my way to play it now. I only did because of homework. And I think that it's probably one of those games that you would have enjoyed had you played it back then, and you
Yeah.
have a lot of nostalgia for it. But
Which
I don't have any.
Which appears
so,
to be the case. With
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
here, they seem to love it. So,
Yeah.
if you played it in 1991 and you still love it, good on you.
They live.
They live. So let's kick off with a comment from Andy Tickner, who says this is one of the great John Carpenter movies and has become a well-loved cult classic. there are many political undertones which still hold true today, centralising on mind control by subliminal methods. Although based on an Aliens Among Us theme, the aliens clearly represent the world government.
I wouldn't even say they were subtle or undertones.
Subtlety.
They're not even undertones.
Not at all.
They're just tones.
Yeah, as soon as you put those glasses on, obey.
And
Massive letters.
how many times does he go, obey, off?
What? Hang on. What's this?
Wait.
Wait.
Like 5 times. If you haven't watched They Live, the basic premise is that aliens are among us. And the only way you can spot them is by putting on a special pair of sunglasses.
They look like cinema glasses, like cinema 3D glasses.
Yeah, like the most unfashionable sunglasses you can think of. There's some underground organisation that's kind of tapped into the fact that aliens are among us and kind of controlling our thought processes have developed somehow. All you kind of see is they go into that church, which is their kind of safe house and their secret base.
Yeah.
And there's kind of beakers and test tubes and various sciencey looking things.
Yeah.
And then that's the only explanation of what they've done to create the glasses. But the glasses give you a headache. It's not like they're hidden behind a layer. It's almost like a frequency that they've tuned everyone into.
And it breaks the frequency when you turn it off. So if you keep it on, or if you turn it off for too long, then when you take the glasses off, when it kicks back in, it gives you a massive headache because now you're coming back into the frequency. Yeah. To be fair, they don't really need to explain how the glasses work or anything.
They don't really explain anything.
I think it's an awesome device. It's so cool. It's brilliant. It's just so cool. Like, how 80s and awesome is that?
Let's talk briefly about John Carpenter's career. This is 88, 89?
Yeah.
88, I think.
So, I mean, John Carpenter's career curve kind of goes like that.
Yeah.
They Live, I think, exists almost... Well, I wouldn't say on the apex because that would suggest that this was John Carpenter at the top of his game. I'd say this is about that point of the slope, where I think he's almost trying to recreate the cool of Escape from New York, and I think in Roddy Piper with the mullet, he almost sees he must have gone, that's the new Kurt Russell.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. Yes.
See, that is amazing, but he I don't know.
It's not when you watch it back.
This is true. It's probably just got the whole nostalgia feel
like
as well.
I think for us, it's like Toejam and Earl is to some of our viewers.
Fair enough, yeah.
At the time, Big Trouble in Little China seemed incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And then you look back and go, oh, really? Oh.
But he definitely takes cool concepts and turns them into a full film. Like we were saying about this one, it's based on a short story, right? So it feels like a short story that's just stretched out over an hour and a half. Yeah. I don't know how he got it to an hour and a half. Like
I do.
That fight scene.
I do, 90% yes.
Exactly.
Of
that's it.
The fight scene. Now, so... The same guy, Andy Tickner, closed out his critique of They Live with a comment, unfortunately, fight scenes are by no means John Carpenter's forte, as there are few in this movie, some of which have no real resolution. I beg to differ, Andy. They Live, I think it is officially recognised as the longest fight scene in movie history.
Pointless.
And I think it's semi-improvised as well, so it's Roddy Piper and Keith David, who earlier in the film there's this inference, there's almost this kind of like homoerotic bond between them.
There is.
They work on this like, it's like a favela really, isn't it? And they're kind of helping to construct homes for the poor.
Yeah.
And the first encounter between Roddy Piper and Keith David, like Roddy Piper within the first 5 minutes of the movie has already taken his top off and he's just there with his rippling wrestler torso.
Just moving one pile of dirt into another place.
Because Keith David notices him. And like he's working hard, and Keith David's like, "Fuck you," and he's like, "I'm gonna work hard too." And then
through the bars,
he's like there sweating and he's topless. And Keith David walks up, and Roddy Piper's first like instinctive move is to just kind of like run his fingers through his glorious mullet. So anyway, they've had that homoerotic encounter. Later in the movie, Roddy Piper's discovered the glasses, he's seen the aliens. Like, who's the only person I can trust? I know it's Keith David. It has about 7 fake endings, doesn't it?
Where you think he's gonna just force the glasses on him.
And like Keith David like knocks him down. He's like, "Stay there, bitch!" And he's about to walk off.
And he just
and Roddy Piper's like, "Fuck you, Keith David!" And he gets back and just charges. And there's no grace to the fight scene. And if anything, it's not only the longest fight scene. I think it's probably one of the most honest fight scenes I've seen in movies as well. Because when two blokes get in a fight, there's nowhere near the elegance that you see in most of. This is more like what you see outside a nightclub. In New Cross on a Saturday night type fighting.
If you body slam someone, not once, but like 4 times like he does.
I counted 4.
That'd be Denton.
On
That's
concrete, and then
Yeah.
literally just like ramming their heads into tarmac.
And I love how the shots, you basically, every time he like body checks someone, he like picks someone up and he's going to do the slam. They never show all the way to the ground. It's just, there's a mat there and he just goes crunch.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to him on the ground going,
oh
no.
So anyway, while we've been talking, I was just looking at some other films that John Carpenter's done. He did The Fog. That was
The Fog.
awesome.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Seriously.
Seriously. This is all before The Thing, though.
This is all before The Thing.
Can we say...
That's all before The Thing. No, but then he did Christine and Starman.
Do you reckon Christine...
No, Starman, Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live were all post The Thing.
So can we say that The Thing is the absolute pinnacle of his career?
Yes.
To date, to be fair.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I think The Thing is the one that still stands up. Halloween is a great slasher movie. And
Christine's a great movie.
You think?
Yeah, it's cool.
Christine,
it's got as much
the scary car.
Yeah, but it's got as much appeal as They Live. It has like a hook.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Car.
But that's
to be fair, Stephen King wrote Christine and
true.
John Carpenter probably wrote. John Dowd's pointed out that Keith David, who is his kind of ends up being his buddy in it, is also the voice of Admiral Anderson in Mass Effect.
And the voice of Spawn in the HBO animated series.
Is he really? I thought Michael J. White reprised his role from...
I'm pretty sure it was Keith David.
It was Keith David?
Pretty sure. I might be
and
completely wrong,
also
but I don't think so.
Halo is the Arbiter.
Oh, yeah.
And the villain in The Princess and the Frog. Don't forget that one.
That's important.
So yeah, Keith David's had a bit of illustrious voiceover career.
He has. And don't forget, he says a line that I didn't know Duke Nukem was referencing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to kick ass
You
and
raise
chew
a very
bubble
good
gum.
point. That guy has, yeah. What's the line?
Yeah.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
What was your favourite line?
Oh, I wrote it down. Hold on. I have to look it up.
Yeah?
Man, there's a couple.
Okay, while you're doing that, my favourite line is he kind of goes, life's a bitch and she's back in heat.
Wow.
Wow.
Here we go. The world needs a wake-up call, gentlemen, and we're going to phone it in.
Just like we're phoning in this performance on homework, actually.
My favourite line is when he's just sort of realising that what's going on, and he sort of notices that there's aliens going on. He just kind of backs back and goes, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So awful. He actually gets away with saying it.
He didn't say it that camp.
He does. Absolutely, he does. And his mullet just goes as well.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
At all.
And just kind of backs
And
out.
flicks his hair. And then off he goes.
It
I
just
don't
burns to
need
the back
this.
of your mind.
I'm Rowdy
It
fucking
happened.
Roddy Piper.
This is how I remember this film. Okay.
Wow.
There was no music. Just him walking around.
Hairstyles, quotes, and aliens.
Has anyone mentioned the PKE meters yet?
No.
So, yes. They are walking around with PKE meters, all the
The
security
aliens
forces.
are, the alien security, yeah, they have.
But unchanged. Like, it's the same thing, except it's like full ghost, or whatever.
It's always set to full ghost.
Yeah. Just going, he's over there.
It's the Rowdy Roddy Piper detection meter.
That's it. His hair just makes it go 5 out of 5 ghosts.
We're looking,
Oh, it's a big one.
we've got detectors for people who think they're Scottish. Amazing.
But how can you just reuse a prop? Like,
What are
especially
you telling me though? It's not the only movie where they recycle.
No, there's another one, which I cannot remember right now.
But there are other movies that.
Yeah, there's a couple movies that have just completely reused the same prop, but without touching it, without changing it at all. And they just, why? I don't get it. Why would you
Great
reuse,
prop.
especially someone like John Carpenter, who's like a movie fan. He watches loads. He is a cinephile.
Yeah.
Why would he just take, unless it was just a major reference, but maybe that was
Honestly,
it.
judging by that movie, he was not working with a vast budget.
No. But that's the great thing about what he does, is he, like you were saying, he does the music himself. He doesn't have to, but he does. And he just loves
Do you
it.
think of him as like a proto Robert Rodriguez?
Wow. Would I get in a lot of trouble if I said that he didn't have as much style as Robert Rodriguez? I think, as you know, I have not experienced a lot of John Carpenter films, but the ones that I have seen, they're very kind of minimal, which is not a bad thing. But Robert Rodriguez just does something else. That guy can stretch a budget like no one
somewhere
else.
between Roger Corman and Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I think John Carpenter kind of treads the line between the two, that he hasn't quite got the...
He's closer to Roger Corman. Seriously.
That's hard.
That's not, no, Roger Corman has never lost money. He's always made a profit. That guy is my hero. He is a legend.
Our final piece of homework was the viewer challenge. And as I kind of touched on at the start, this came in from Kristian Frankis, who kind of suggested an entire alien-themed episode, but really around aliens and alien trillion.
Which was cool.
Which was cool. But the one thing we took was that he challenged us to compose a chiptune score to Ridley Scott's original Alien.
This is the best part.
This is the best part of the show. I decided that we should use an iOS app called NES which basically recreates all the sounds from the NES. You've had a play with it?
Yes.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is fun. You can get the free version.
Yep.
And you can pay for it.
Yes.
So there's both. So if you want to have a mess around, you can do it.
I've got a sexy paper.
I didn't because I'm cheap as hell.
You are?
Yeah.
You didn't get double keyboards, so you can't like...
No, I can't do this.
So
I just do this on
I
my
haven't
phone.
made use of that anyway. I basically made use of 4 notes. And I'm going to go first, and then basically I'm going to let Ash play his version, and then I think I'll let you adjudicate.
Okay.
See which was the best.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me to do one because I've never tried this.
You can be the judge.
Oh, God, okay, right.
And then actually, I think what we might do is throw this out as a poll on the Facebook page as well.
Ready?
Are we ready?
Ready, go.
You're in the tension.
Tentacle!
That was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was that
yeah,
alright?
I liked it. That was crappy.
Oh, that wasn't
crappy.
toilet.
That wasn't
No.
toilet. I think that was just crappy.
Awesome.
Speaking of which,
I quite enjoyed the
here
ending.
comes the toilet.
Speaking of toilet,
Wait.
do you want me to hold the iPad and show you?
Wait, I gotta find it.
You got to get your settings.
I gotta get my
Have you got
cat
everything?
noises.
I gotta
Wow.
get my cat noises.
Yeah, it's
You're
important.
taking this in an unexpected direction.
That's the cat. That's Jonesy. Every time he's going,
Don't ruin the surprise.
oh yeah, what am I doing? Can you give me backup? Can you be like my backup singers?
What do we have to do?
Cha, cha, cha.
I just match the note.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. You ready?
Oh, good. Okay.
Where's the cat music? Where's the cat bit?
That's the way.
Oh.
That's Jonesy's bit.
That's Jonesy's theme.
Every time we fizzed. Which one was worse?
Which one was worse?
I'm going to give the crappy to Dan.
Oh, yes.
I called it from the beginning. It was pretty toilet. Really.
I think the thing is, if you'd worked in Jonesy's themes into the soundtrack,
I was waiting for Jonesy's theme, but
I was waiting for this really clever segue from the. That's why I gave you the second keyboard.
No,
You got so
I got.
excited.
I was trying to give you an advantage, and you just shunned it.
It was so overwhelming.
Shun.
My
No.
vote means nothing though. 'Cause
No,
it's
Yeah,
down to you guys.
I have a feeling the
Whichever
internet will
one
be
you enjoyed
unanimous.
most, please vote for it. Let us know. There you go. Awesome. Have you got anything you'd like to show off?
Cornelius
No,
and
great.
Toots.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's let Simon Pym,
Cornelius and Toots.
which is produced in collaboration with someone most of you will be very familiar with, Andy Farron.
Tarantula, Super Kalo, however you know him. Yeah, me and him, we've worked on a short animation called Cornelius and Toots. It's on YouTube or Newgrounds. Just Google it. It's the first result that'll come up.
Yeah.
Or follow that glorious link on the bottom of the page.
Thanks, guys.
And Toots.
Yeah.
Gareth says.
Check it out. It's really good. It's really funny. It looks great. Writing's great. Voices are great. And you're doing the second episode right now, aren't you?
I am. Well, yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Give it a
Right
watch.
now.
And that's it. And
Where is it?
It's
How long? How
right
long?
now.
Right
now.
F up, Chong.
like right now.
Andy's written it. The last thing we should probably pimp is our Indiegogo page.
Yes.
As you may know, we are trying to raise funds to develop a new multi-format video game show. All the details are on the Indiegogo page, so we won't go into detail here. But
Completely different to this.
Yes, if you like what we've done on Inside Xbox, then Ash was one of the video guys. Gareth, who's behind the camera, was another one of the video guys. Simon has designed all the cool Explosive Alan stuff and has got a part to play in it too. Go to the Indiegogo page, which is indiegogo.com
/ Project Possum.
Project Possum.
One word.
So that's it for the first extremely rambly episode of Homework. The theme for the next episode is, I've just got here, So Macho.
So macho.
So macho.
We could do that.
So we want one macho game, one macho film, and a third macho thing that you would like us and our next guest to do.
Can it be
Yes.
for me to eat 3 foot of Subway?
It could be for you to eat 3 foot of Subway. If you want to do that live,
That's a great
on
idea.
camera, and just let us sit back and let you put all the effort in.
This is what time lapse
Absolutely fine with us.
is made for.
Let's do that then. Good. Okay. If you do want to contribute, we do have a Twitter account, which is @explosive_Alan. Or you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/explosivealanproductions. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. We'll see you in the next one. I'll start that again. Shit, sorry. I stumbled at the end.
You can't do it again because we've got nothing to cut to.
Shit.
Yeah.
Best ending.
That's the
ever.
end. Cut.